We can all reel off the destinations that are renowned for their bucket list-worthy status. We're looking at you, Dubai, but what about the amazing locations that haven't quite made the cut? We've highlighted a few of what we think are the most underrated travel destinations around the world in a bid to boost their holiday rank, and quite rightly too. Stay until the end of the video and you might just be surprised at the outcome. Welcome back to another episode of Feetpin Travel. Join us on our journey around the world as we share our best travel tips, guides, and amazing experiences with you. If you're not a part of our community yet, hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out on our latest and greatest uploads. Remember, we travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 9 underrated holiday destinations you need to plan for 2022. Let's get started. Rhodes. Rhodes is a Greek island bestseller for a multitude of reasons. From its gorgeous East Coast beaches to its ancient historic towns, it may not be the most remote island, but once you explore beyond the tourist traps, you'll understand what all the fuss is about. Usually overshadowed by the likes of Santorini and Mykonos, Rhodes makes for a diverse holiday spot that ticks the boxes for having both coastline and culture in the bag. Rhodes' Old Town has held its UNESCO World Heritage status since 1988, so you can potter around the cobblestone squares and admire the medieval surroundings, get a photo next to the Colossus statue, or discover the Acropolis of Lindos with its labyrinth of temples and towers, all in an easy day trip. If you are seeking a day on the sand, the Prasinacy, located on the southernmost tip of the island, is a haven for water sport lovers. At the end of the day, dine on fresh seafood and colorful roasted vegetables at a local taverna. The family-run joints are usually where you'll find the most authentic Greek food. Number 3. Cuba. You've got your classic beach resorts, including Varadero, where you'll find 5-star hotels, fringed by a string of bright white sand and mystical blue-colored waters. You'll step back in time with a visit to the bustling capital of Havana, and you'll admire the colonial buildings and classical cars in Vinales. With year-round pleasant weather, paradise beaches, unique colonial architecture, and a laid-back pace, Cuba oozes an atmosphere that's rare to find elsewhere. Havana is a city of revelation. Cobbled streets are equally dotted with swanky buildings and decrepit apartments. Vintage cars wait curbside for tourists, and old-school factories still roll out the thick handmade cigars. Visit the Museo de la Revolution in Havana for an insight into Cuba's Great Revolution. Take a walking tour of the bustling streets of Havana Vieja, which goes to the Plaza de la Catedral, Plaza de Armas with its book market, Plaza Vieja, and the Real Fabrica de Tabacos Portacas. Head west to Vinales and discover the beautifully sprawling Casa de Caridad Botanical Gardens. Wander the limestone hills of the Vinales Valley and horse ride through the tobacco fields. Better still, Cuban food is delicious. Order a freshly made barbacoa, a traditional dish melding shrimps, octopus, and lobster in coconut sauce, and wash it down with a mojito or pina colada. Number 4. Ireland. The Emerald Isle has bundles to offer, and at such a short hop away we should be crossing the waters more often. Ireland may have unpredictable weather, but it isn't a destination people flock to for the sun. This small country has a big reputation, with a handful of diverse coastal towns and villages that ooze culture, history, and natural beauty, not to mention the breathtaking landscapes. Enthusiastic locals and tourists are likely to sprawl the capital of Dublin, a lively destination best loved for its famous Temple Bar area and pretty parks. But at the lesser-known villages, such as Doolin, where you'll see the cliffs of Moher on the west coast, and Killarney, a historic inland town in southwest County Kerry, home to the famous 200 kilometers ring of Kerry walking trail that are arguably the most beautiful spots in Ireland. When you're not admiring beautiful churches and castles or hiking the rolling countryside hills, be sure to spend time sampling a pint or two of the black stuff in a cozy local pub. The live Irish music is sure to get you toe-tapping, too. Number 5. Poland. It wasn't so long ago that Poland was undiscovered by backpackers in place of its popular European neighbors, Germany and the Czech Republic. And despite the growth in popularity in recent years, particularly for its pretty Christmas markets, there are still parts of this beautiful country that remain undiscovered, doused in history. This city is where the first shots of World War II were fired and are still dotted with Renaissance and Gothic architecture, military museums, fairy-tale-worthy castles, and even beaches. The Baltic coastline of Poland is home to magnificent stretches like Sopot, famous for its longest wooden pier, Chorada, Leba, and Uska. Head to popular Krakow for must-visit cafes, vibrant street art, and the 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 salt mines. Head south and visit the chilling Auschwitz concentration camp, a must-visit if you want to discover the country's history. Or why not visit a different part of Poland altogether and head for the Tatar Mountains in 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿, where you can ski and hike amid spectacular scenery. Number 6. Malta, boasting over 300 days of sunshine each year. Malta is a fantastic choice if you want a short-haul beach holiday. You've got everything here. From golden sands, including St. Paul's Bay and Paradise Beach, to the historic UNESCO-listed capital of Valletta, plus secluded lagoons, grottos and islets just waiting to be uncovered. It's a wonder why this European gem isn't at the top of everyone's bucket list. Crowned as the Capital of Culture 2018, Malta's architecture is unrivaled, with winding cobbled streets featuring vast open-air museums, 16th-century cathedrals, famous theatres, and more. Day trip to the sister islands of Gozo and Comino, where you'll stumble upon Baroque churches, old stone farmhouses, and historical sites, and temples to uncover ideal if you wish to find out more about the isles that are steeped in myth. In addition, you have no dearth of rocky pools, hidden turquoise lagoons, and secluded bays that dot the rugged Mediterranean coastline. Number 7. Mexico. Whether at glistening white sand beaches, jungle gateways, or colonial towns, Mexico and her resorts are jam-packed with diversity. It's hard to understand why this gem on the Caribbean coast is overlooked, especially when you have the popular resorts of Mexico City and Cancun to experience. Maybe you prefer something a little more under the radar. If so, Mexico has bundles of must-visit spots that are yet to find their place on the map, too. Once you've ticked off the must-sees like the Mayan ruins of Chichen Itza and the main temples, experience the local culture firsthand and head out to the pre-Hispanic town of Malinalco, 2 hours from Mexico City, known for its archaeological ruins and charming streets. Or nature lovers can head to Puerto Morelos, an old fishing village and port town less than 30 minutes from bustling Cancun, home to the Reef National Park, freshwater cenotes, and incredible offshore dive sites. Number 8. Morocco. Morocco is a melting pot of culture, beautifully blending African, Arab, and European influences. At a fairly short flight journey, this is as diverse as a holiday resort can get, boasting a spectacular landscape that ranges from the rugged sands of the Sahara to the snow-capped Atlas Mountains and long, sandy beaches on the Atlantic coastline. Marrakech, the imperial city of Morocco situated at the base of the Atlas Mountains, offers a taste of local culture with its colorful, noisy bazaars, sweet-smelling spice souks, intriguing snake charmers and storytellers, and hustle and bustle of the famous Ghama El Fna market, located in the Old City. Sample the authentic food cooking at the sizzling street stalls, unwind with a traditional hammam bath, or simply wander Old Morocco and soak up the sights. Seeking an afternoon on the sand, the beach at 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐿 is windy and has shallow waters, once preferred by the likes of Bob Marley and Jimi Hendrix, and a favorite spot for wind and kite surfing. Number 9. Turkey. Turkey has seen a drop in visitors in recent years due to security concerns. However, this diverse resort is trying to crawl back and retain its title as a top beach destination. Straddling Eastern Europe and Western Asia, this all-around resort is only a 4-hour flight from the UK. Yet as soon as you land, you'll feel like you've stepped into another world entirely. Effortlessly blending history, culture, and coastline, Turkey's tourist resorts, including Bodrum, Antalya, Dalaman, and Izmir, offer the best of the turquoise coast, with lashings of snorkeling and diving activities, plus pretty harbors and busy towns to explore. The streets of Istanbul are even more colorful and mesmerizing as you can imagine. Potter around the Grand Bazaar, explore the sights of Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque, or bite into a delicious mise platter in a quaint street-side cafe. Few things are as magical as the city lights from a Bosphorus cruise too. With that, we've reached the end of this video, all about 9 underrated holiday destinations you need to plan for 2022. If you could choose any one of these holiday destinations for your next vacation, which one would you choose? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this one and found it interesting, remember to leave a like on the video so we know to make more for you. Also, subscribe to Feetpin Travel for even more amazing travel content, just like this video. As always, thanks for watching. See you again soon in another episode.